Welcome back to This Is Mehul, and right now I am joined by a really talented singer, Lydia Singer. How are you?
Thanks so much. I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad. How's lockdown been treating you?
Yeah, lockdown is good. I'm enjoying the warm weather that we've had recently, so hoping that that's gonna keep up. So
It's kind of changed now, isn't it? Now it's a bit like grim and raining.
yeah, it is definitely. It's a little bit grey, but I'm hoping that as we go more into summer, it will just come back.
We'll perk up. Thankfully, we need that summer tunes coming out, and which you are providing. But we'll get to that later. How did you kind of get started in music?
I always loved singing when I was younger, when I was really little. I loved Disney so much. I would always sing along to the Disney films and everything. And I think my mum kind of obviously listened, and she listened and she was like, yeah, do you know, you're actually kind of good. So we'll get you some singing lessons. And so I did singing lessons and I loved it. Just was singing all the time. And then entered my first singing competition, won it. And then from there on, just this whole journey happened, basically.
Yeah, because I've kind of been seeing your name about for the last couple of years, and it's crazy to think that you're still so young, but you've created such a buzz. How's that kind of been the last journey for the last couple of years?
I mean, it's crazy to think about how long it has been, because if I think about when I properly, I don't know, went into it and was gigging and doing everything, probably like from the age of 12, but then I didn't start recording till the age of about 13, recording my own stuff that I wrote in the studio and stuff. But then I also had a really cool chance to be able to record a song that was written for me by Rob Davis, who wrote Kylie Minogue's famous hit Can't Get You Out of My Head. And I think I was about 12 when I did that. So that was really amazing as well. And then from there, I just kept doing loads more stuff, gigging, collaborating, writing more music. And yeah, now here I am.
It's growing, you're growing. Well, you talked kind of about Disney there being sort of a big inspiration for you, kind of wanted to sing when you were younger. What about artists? Who would you say you're trying to like learn off of throughout their career to kind of have nuggets of knowledge that you can use?
I'm such an Ariana Grande fan. I can't even deny it. I'm not
Who isn't? Who isn't? Who isn't?
Yeah, and obviously I'm a massive Beyonce fan as well. I mean, who isn't a Beyonce fan as well, to be honest? Yeah, I think I've always loved Ariana Grande since quite a young age as well, because she was on Victorious and then she went on and started singing and stuff and doing her own music. But and all the other artists like Adele as well, I've always loved. Ed Sheeran, tons and tons. I love loads of music, I think, which has been quite helpful for me in terms of like growing as a artist.
Yeah. Well, you talk about Ariana Grande, she's like the queen of pop smashes. And you got
Yeah.
sort of a big record with it Games. So what was the kind of process behind creating that record?
So I created Games last summer.
Oh, wow.
It was like August last year. Yeah. And yeah, the track is by a producer called Spooksville, and he's done some work with the label Dice, who are behind the Big Nasty Show on Channel 4. And I got to work with him, which was really cool. I got to, write some music on one of his tracks. And, as soon as I heard that track, I loved it. And I just started writing on it. And I just had a bit of an experience, a bit of a fling, if you like. And that definitely inspired the track 100%.
Gosh.
And then
What about the video? Because the video is really cool as well. It's like you're actually playing a computer game. It's got that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, no, the video was so much fun to record. It was directed by a really talented guy called Gio and Will, who also filmed it. They're all tagged in my Instagram on footage of the video and everything. Basically, we filmed in this abandoned building. It used to be a uni, which was really crazy. So it was just so abandoned. Like everything was torn down. The classrooms, I swear, were haunted. And it was just So what did you say?
It's a kit going missing along the way.
Yeah, it was actually like, it was freaky because it was huge. It was enormous. It was like, I mean, you know how big unis can be. And it was just, we had the whole place to ourselves. And you know, we went and looked at it and we were like, yeah, this is definitely where we want to film games, because there was so many different like sorts of rooms that we could use for different sorts of scenes. And obviously I'm like playing 3 characters in the music video because it's like a game. And obviously the guy who's playing on the game keeps losing, and so he keeps going on to like a different character every time. So yeah, it was so much fun to film.
And then you had some big news today, which we were talking about just before we started. Your song being played on the BBC. How
Yeah,
exciting was that?
it was insane. Like, as I was saying, I was literally in my last lesson at school, and all of a sudden my phone just starts buzzing. It was loads of my friends like, Lydia, you're on like BBC One Extra, you're on. And I was like, oh my god. Thankfully, it was my friends got it for me, so I'm gonna post that on my Instagram. I'm so excited. It was so cool to hear it on there and to hear it being, you know, played on BBC One Extra, and just to be like at the end, yeah, Lydia Singer Games. I was like, yay.
Well, do you know what? You've been kind of in this industry for quite a few years now. What advice would you give to other young girls, maybe like 13, 14, that want to follow in your footsteps?
Just really go for it and have the confidence to know that you can do anything. You are so much more capable than you know. And just to not let any sort of rejection knock you back, because you know you're always going to get rejection in life anyways, and you know you're not always going to be everybody's cup of tea. Like, you're always going to get, you know, people that don't like you and stuff, but that doesn't matter. If you know that you're good enough and you know you love what you're doing, then just do it. Go for it. Nothing is stopping you. You got this.
Gosh, that's some powerful words right there. Very powerful. Oh man. But for you, what can we kind of expect for you? Because has lockdown been quite difficult for you to get into the studio to kind of create music or do videos?
Yeah, definitely at first, because obviously I was meant to take my A levels this year. So when we first started lockdown, my school was still quite like, guys, we still need you to do a lot of academic work, because now that you're not sitting your A levels, we need to gather evidence for grades to give you. So it was slightly stressful. We were just like doing loads of essays every single day on all of my subjects, which was fun, not. But yeah, once it was done and it was all handed in, it was okay, but it did take quite a while to get that done. But I've just been really keeping myself entertained on TikTok as well. I'm really love TikTok.
You think
Like, absolutely, yeah. And I do a lot of live streams on my TikTok, because I'd say right now TikTok's my biggest platform, 100%. I'm aiming for 100,000 followers really soon. I'm at 80,000. So just want that last little push, you know. And yeah, I just love it. It's really, really nice. Like, it's quite easy to meet people on TikTok as well, and to get into contact with people and to see other creators and stuff. So yeah, I love TikTok.
Oh wow. Well, you know what? Last question for me before we do kind of head off. What can fans kind of expect from you for the next 12 months or so? Can they expect maybe an EP or maybe a longer formatted project, more singles maybe?
Yeah, so they can definitely expect more releases, 100%. I've got a little lineup waiting to come out. So obviously you just had games, and then I've got another song coming out very, very soon, and another one, another one. I've definitely got enough to keep people busy for the next couple of months, 100%. And you know, I'm hoping when everything sort of goes back to normal, which obviously still might not be for a while, but I am hoping when everything does go back to normal, there'll be more gigging and more events that I can invite people to come and watch me perform and stuff. So that would be really, really nice.
Amazing, amazing. Well, Lydia, where can people find you on social media? What are all your handles?
Yes, so you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I go by the name of Lydia Singer HQ, and on YouTube, and of course my website, which is lydiasinger.com. But yeah, Lydia Singer HQ, if in
And what's
doubt.
the big TikTok one? What's the big TikTok one?
Oh, just Lydia Singer HQ on everything, guys. Lydia Singer
Gotta get
HQ.
that final 20K. We've got to get that final 20K push. Lydia, do you know what? Thank you for taking time out of your day to speak to me. And I'm really excited to hear more songs that you've got coming on later down the line.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.